Here, hold it like this. Show it to the camera. Show the flower to the camera.
Meet the Peterson family. Our dad, the three Peterson brothers, and our families farm together in central Kansas. Our family farm started in 1882 and has been raising cattle and crops ever since. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like and a comment if you enjoy the video.
Go Cats. Hmm?
Can you smell it?
Corn coming out of the truck. Into the bin. It actually looks fuller in here than what I thought based on the sides. We are partway up the 4th ring out of 6. There's some double crop beans. Don't look very good. We're on our way to get some corn that we hope is our two best fields of corn. We're on our way there. These fields got rain early, and then they didn't get the late rain that the very far south. These are the north fields, they got rain early. And then the south fields kind of missed some rain, and they got some rain later. The truck magically appeared. My dad got it here. My mom came to pick him up, and then Nathan's coming with a grain cart. So this field was our drier field. We wanted to get the combine and everything set up on the field closer to home. The field that's right by this one is going to have some wet spots. We know that, and we didn't want to have to come out here twice. So we wanted to do both these fields back to back. So we waited until this one was a little extra dry. We'll move to that one when it maybe still has a couple wet spots. Okay, Nathan's going to make it with the grain cart. I'm full. Okay, we got our first truck full. I'm finishing off this strip, and then my dad's bringing in the next truck. So we don't really need a full-time, we don't need 2 full-time truckers and a full-time grain carter. But by the time Dad gets here with the truck, I'll probably dump once in the grain cart before the truck gets here. Hopefully only once. And then by that time, he'll be here to run the grain cart while Nathan's at the elevator. How did you manage to have your baby calf through the gate to where you can't reach it to clean it off? How did you manage to do that? Are you gonna say you're welcome? There you go, you can do your job, Mama. Or you can do it, Cappy, stand up. Corn.
All right, it's Tuesday morning and we are out here servicing the combine and the semis. I've got Brighton with me while Brookanna goes to a doctor's appointment. So we're just having fun playing here in the grain cart tractor. We got about half of this field done yesterday.
So this field is going to be much better test weight and just higher quality corn. The yield isn't going to be that much better. So we didn't push this field too much just because of its production history, but it was grade 1, 57-pound test weight at the elevator, the first load. So that's good to have good test weight. That field back at home was pretty poor test weight. We haven't gotten an official test on it. Just by the way it filled up the truck, it wasn't very good test weight.
I try to make straight lines, but
You like Cheetos?
I don't know. People always think you're over.
So we've been kind of trading off who gets to run the combine. I'm hoping to get back in the combine soon for this good corn, taking a turn hauling a load. So they're doing some work at the elevator here, and they just have one pit open. And it's pretty early in the fall, so they don't have that much traffic, so they're trying to get this work done. And that makes sense. But they were telling me how, like, all the trucks that are coming in, even though there's not very many, we seem to all be alternating what we're hauling. So there's one guy hauling wheat from a bin in, there's one guy hauling milo in, and we're hauling corn in. There might be more people, but anyways, they were just laughing that it seems like every truck is something different. So then you have to let the pit clean totally out before you can dump the next truck, and that really slows things down. The first 2 loads I hauled, I was just in and out, and it goes, like twice as fast, but that's the way it goes. The trucks are getting a little behind, but it's almost 6 o'clock and the elevator's closing anyways, so we'll start again in the morning. And we made really good progress today, and now the bushels are coming in a lot faster, so that's nice.
All right, we finished the other field that we were working on this morning, and we moved about 3 miles away to this one. This is some better corn. I think most of it will be over 100 bushel an acre, which is pretty crazy to think about when you look at the beans next door. These are the neighbors' beans, and pretty much all the beans in this area look like this. Not gonna amount to much. Corn was the crop to plant this year because it got rain early and was able to put on grain before that hot spell hit and fried everything. The corn still got fried, but it made grain first.
Running back Trayshawn Ward. Helmet to this JV game, and they're off the weekend, and they were off all day yesterday. But I mean, the seniors really just.
Well, I got these calves tagged when they're on the opposite side of the fence, but I got them wrong. So 531 is 609, and 609 is 531. I've been telling myself for like 4 days I need to make time to get them tires pulled back, and now I got tires in my silage.
Well, we're quitting for the night. All 3 of us will ride back together so we can leave everything over here. We had a broken chain. We had a broken chain right there that knocked us out maybe a little earlier than we would have, but probably only 30 minutes or so. So we're gonna head home, do chores.
Keep pulling it. All the way, yeah! That's a good gate, huh? Now we gotta get the other side of it.
Look at this beautiful corn. That is some nice corn, you guys. For such a dry year, that is some nice corn. Although, to be fair, this field is always drowning out. It's always wet, swampy. If you remember from a couple years ago, this is the field that was underwater. I guess it was last year. This is the field that was underwater in May with 10 inches of rain. So this is a wet field. So in a dry year, it still has some moisture to it. But it was early corn, and by planting that corn early, it took advantage of those rains we had earlier, and it beat the 3 different heat stretches we had in into July, August, September. So this was our best crop this year, was this field, and along with that early corn we had by the home place that we chopped into silage. So we've had some average corn, and then we've had some above average corn. So overall, probably a B grade for our corn crop this year, which we are very happy about given the circumstances. But on the flip side, if you can see behind me, these are actually the neighbor's soybeans. Pretty much all of our soybeans, I would say, are going to get a D or an F grade, except for the one field of irrigated beans we have. So that's the crop update.
Well, the yield monitor was calibrated in kind of the 150 bushel an acre corn. So I don't know if the highs are still a little high, but this corn looks awful good, and it's filling the bin awful fast. That's all I know. It's got to be around 200, and obviously the whole field isn't going to do that, but this 30 acres is always the best ground, unless it's flooded and muddy, but this year it's not. So that's some fun corn to cut. There's a few places where it still thins out and goes down.
So this is the creek that runs halfway through this field we're on. And I was thinking to myself, I think the last time this creek had water in it was a year and a half ago in May of 2022 when this flooded. And there was water from way down there to way over here, like half a mile of water running over this gravel road, just a huge flood. That was, I think, the last time this creek had any water running through it. So we've been so dry, and even before that, I think it was dry to where this creek wasn't running. So we're just in a prolonged drought that was broken up by that 10-inch rain on this field anyway. And we've had some well-timed rains this year, but we are just so far behind in moisture. It is just unbelievable that we raised 200 bushel corn here when the neighbor's beans right next to it are firing. I mean, there's no subsoil moisture, but there was enough rain from the sky to make it happen. And then, like I said before, it's kind of a marshy field down here in the lowlands by the creek. But it's just a bizarre year, bizarre. Some of the best dryland corn we've ever seen on this field, and then some of the worst soybeans and wheat we've ever had, in the same year. You can see how much smoke is in the air. That hill is only about 2 miles away, and it's usually pretty nice and clear. But there's a lot of smoke in the air from those wildfires in Canada. This corn is probably close to 10 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall, and this is where my head's at. Got my phone where my head's at. So that's some tall corn. We are hauling with 3 trucks today to keep up with this really good corn. So Dad's using that truck to take back to the farm to put in the grain bin. And then Mom and I are hauling these other 2 to Salina.
Well, that was a fun 30 acres. Well, 50 acres. The other side of the creek was nice too. We should have moved our harvest screen to the corn head. Boy, I've never had a pile that big of leaves. Gotta clean it off before we head home. See how many cobs are in here. Basically all leaves. So we'll have a long drive, or a decently long drive home. So we have some irrigated corn to pick for the neighbors. Our irrigated field is beans, if you've been following along. But things are gonna keep moving along because of how hot and dry it is. I think things are just gonna keep coming one after the other. We have a little more hay to put up.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out our music videos linked in the description. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and explore our website, www.petersonfarmbrothers.com. See you guys next time.